Good day everyone, my name is Sheridan H. Tamang and our topic for today is all about safety and sanitation standard in baking. So, safety and sanitation in baking involves a variety of practices to prevent foodborne illnesses and maintain a clean and safe working environment. So, this includes personal hygiene, proper handling of ingredients, maintaining clean equipment and surfaces, and adhering to safety protocols when operating appliances like ovens. So yung safety sanitation this involves the cleanliness and safety when we are handling foods, especially more specifically in baking. So here are more detailed look at safety and sanitation in baking. So the first one is we have the personal hygiene. So, personal hygiene. So, first is we have hand washing. So, frequent and thorough hand washing with soap and water, especially before handling foods, after breaks, and after using restroom is crucial. So, kapag may ginagawa tayo, a proper hand washing practices is really important, especially when we are handling foods. Since syempre, yung mga hinahawakan natin pagkain, ay kakainin din ng ibang tao, and especially for us also, since kakainin natin yon. So, we really have to practice good hand washing practices kasi konting hawak mo lang sa mga bagay, may germs yan. So, imagine na lang, if you imagine, when we touch something dirty, then you touch food, naturally, the germs in our hands will go to the food. So, implementing an effective hand washing practices is really crucial, especially when we are handling foods or in baking. So next is we have clean uniforms. So wearing clean uniforms and avoiding wearing jewelry or hairnets can prevent contaminations. So of course, when we are handling foods, we should always wear our proper attire or PPE. So, of course, ano ba yung mga attire na dapat natin ginagamit kapag nag-handle tayo ng food? So, one of that is the hairnets, of course. So, that yung mabuhok natin hindi siya mapupunta sa pagkain. Then also, yung apron. So that, kapag nag-bake tayo is hindi tayo madudumihan yung attire talaga natin. Yung apron lang yung makakan. So we should always remove our jewelries or anything trinkets. Yung mga trinkets natin, we should remove those to avoid it getting accidentally put in the foods. So next is we have covering wounds. So any cuts or wounds should be covered with a bandage and a clean glove. So when we get injured, dapat linisan na natin agad and i-cover natin siya ng cloth or something so that it won't get into the food and be contaminated. Syempre, dugo mo yan. That is not very hygienic. So, when you have an open wound, what you can do is to cover it up, or if it is really malala na, you should prevent yourself from handling foods temporarily. So next is avoid sneezing and coughing. I think it is a common knowledge naman, when we cough or sneeze, we should always cover our mouth and nose to avoid the spreading of germs. So especially in handling foods, since the germs might get into the food, which is not very safe, especially the food is going to be eaten by other people or ourselves. So next is we have number 2. So we have proper handling of ingredients. So storage. First one is we have storage. So store raw ingredients separately from cooked or ready to eat foods, ideally in airtight containers. So when we store food, we should be knowledgeable about the nature of the food. So example, meats. So when meats, ano ba dapat yung, saan ba yung proper storage ng meat. Of course, sa cold siya. So, it is something na napapanis agad kasi hindi siya, it is a raw food. So, nabubulok siya agad pag hindi mo siya na-refrigerate. So, we should put it in a proper container. Just imagine if you put the raw food inside room temperature. Syempre, mabubulok yun. Mabubulok yun siya agad. Also, we shouldn't mix up different types of ingredients altogether. So, for example, we put meat and vegetable together. So, there's a high chance that the vegetable will go bad because meat and vegetable is not a good gun. So, the bacteria found in the meat may get into the vegetable, which will cause it to go bad. So next is we have the cross-contamination. So avoid cross-contamination by using separate cutting boards and utensils for raw and cooked ingredients. So this is like I said earlier. So when we are using tools and we should separate it from the raw and cooked ingredients. So for example, a cutting board. So when we should have two different types of cutting board where you can use it in the raw ingredients and the cooked ingredients so that they would not get cross contamination. So next is we have temperature control. Maintain a proper temperature for refrigerated and frozen ingredients to prevent spoilage and bacterial growth. So of course, like I have said earlier, we should put the proper ingredients in the right temperature. Like sa meat, dapat malamig siya. So, negative temperature something yung proper storage niya. Then, for canned goods, the room temperature lang. Kasi, pag nilagay mo yan siya sa freezer, it might get, it's not that it's gonna go bad, pero ma-freeze yung canned goods sa loob. So, the appropriate storage talaga for canned goods is a room temperature lang siya. So yeah, that's it. So that is all for my part of the report. The other topics will be discussed by Miss Sherlyn Julie. So once again, my name is Sheridan H. Damang.
Good day, ma'am. Good day, classmate. I am Sherin Julie. I am the second reporter for today. I will be continuing the report of Miss Damang, which is the number 3. So, maintain clean and equipment and surfaces. So, we have here regular cleaning, clean all surface, utensils, and equipment. So, truly after each use and before storing them. So, regular cleaning, from the word regular cleaning, always clean the materials before and after you use it to maintain the cleanliness and the safety when you use it. So, we have the second one is the sanitizing. So, sanitize food contact surface with approved sanitizers to eliminate bacteria and pathogens. So, from the word sanitize, always sanitize the surface whenever you use the place and materials to avoid contamination or bacteria and organism. So, the third one is the equipment maintenance. Regularly inspect and maintain baking equipment for any signs of wear and tear or damage. So, in equipment material, you should use always check the equipment before to use it to avoid hazard and risk. So the number 4 is safety protocols. So we have here oven safety. So to avoid overloading the oven and ensure proper temperature control to prevent fires and uneven baking. So, kasi if ever masobrahan tayo sa init or sa paggamit ng oven, there's a possibility of hazard situations. So, the second one is the first aid kit. So, keep a first aid kit accessible and be familiar with basic first aid procedures for minor injuries. So, always put an first aid kit on your workplace, especially when you use knife to avoid hazard. So, the last one is for the number 4, emergency preparedness. So, have a plan in place for dealing with emergencies such as fires or injuries. So, Always be prepared in case of emergencies such as fire extinguisher and first aid kit. So we also have here allergen labeling. So clearly labeled ingredients and products that contain common allergens. So always check first and label the ingredients or products in case the person have an allergies in food to avoid any hazard. So the last one is pest control. So implement measures to prevent pets from entering and contaminating the baking area. So always implement measures to avoid pests from entering contaminated baking area. Number 5 is baking safety in the home. Follow recipe instructions. Carefully follow recipe instruction, paying attention to ingredients, temperatures, and cooking areas. So, follow recipe instruction. Always follow and carefully read the instructions and paying attention to the ingredients, temperature, and cooking times. So, the second one is check for doneness. So, use a toothpick for thermometer to ensure baked goods are fully cooked through. So, we use toothpick to know if it is cooked or not. So, the third one is cooling. Cool baked goods on wire racks away from where unbaked dough or butter is prepared. So, after maluto ng binake mo, iibahin mo siya ng surface para hayaan mo siya mag-cool down. So, the fourth one is proper storage. So, store baked goods in airtight containers to prevent spoilage and maintain freshness. From the word itself, proper storage, we should secure that the food is properly put into the container for proper storage to prevent spoilage. So for example, sa loob ng Tupperware do mo siya ilalagay after mo maluto yun. And so the last one is summary. In summary, safety and sanitation in baking are essential for preventing foodborne illness, ensuring the quality of baked goods, and maintaining a safe and clean working environment. By adhering to these guidelines, bakers can minimize risks and create delicious, safe treats.